Okay, well, my name is Peter. I've lived here about a year now, I suppose. I came from Sandwich in Kent, and we're living in a mobile home. And my wife passed away, and my son said, "Well, come and build a place here." And so that's what happened. And heard of your company, and the rest is history, really. Yeah, well, I would have been by myself. In fact, it was my son who said, "Why don't you come and stay here?" And I think it works as you get older. You've got family to look after you. And the problem with living in the van, and it was fine, and they were lovely people, but you were paying ground rent every year. So I wanted to get away from that. I wanted to be independent and have a base of my own, something I could lock up and leave, because I've got a camper van. And so that's what we did. It's the I love the simplicity of living here. It's more than I need. It's got everything I need. And it's easy to keep clean. And I can lock up and leave, yes. I can just lock the door and leave and go. A couple of others, I think. I can't remember who they are now. One of them was Booths. And I can't remember the other one. But the actual, the repartee with your people was so good. And the whole design process, and the way I was able to talk to the office and your planning people, it was perfect. There was never any problems. It took a long time for me to sell my place. I think it was more than a year. And I think every couple of months I had a phone call from Jan in the office, and I updated her, and it just worked its way through. When we had the first consultation, I was going to go further nearer my son's house, but after a couple of discussions, and also your technical guy came down, and we looked at the pipe runs and the sewage, and he thought that it wouldn't be suitable. We might have to do something with the sewage system, which we really didn't want to do. So he suggested that we move up the slope, which we did. And it's a far better location. I've got a far better view, a little bit farther from the sun. It worked very, very well. I suppose I had people visit me 3 or 4 times. Actually changed the layout 3 or 4 times until we finally decided. Even the kitchen, I think this must be its 4th sort of manifestation. So yeah, it worked out perfectly in the end. Yeah, well, the advice was excellent. You know, the plans kept coming through, and I liked the fact that they were paper plans, so I could write on them and send them back. For instance, small things like the positions of the plugs, for instance, and I wanted extra plugs fitted. I was able to put that on the plans, and that was changed. The television on the wall, I wanted support behind it so I could screw the television. And all that I wrote into the plans, and that was taken on board. So yes, it all worked perfectly. Yes, it enabled us to look at the colours, which I thought was really good. And I think the outside the colour scheme is perfect. Inside, well, I know it's magnolia, but it's what I would have chosen anyway. So yes, it all went very well indeed. far quicker than I imagined. The 3 guys who worked here were here from start to finish. The weather was pretty grim. They worked from really 8 o'clock in the morning until it was too dark to work. They were a great bunch of guys. Allowed me to sort of come and have a look around, and everything that we chatted about, they knew the answer to. You know, the small things, you know, when are the windows coming and what have you. It was fantastic. Yeah, 3 really good guys. Yes, we were told at the start about the 2 routes we could go, but your company suggested that we'd go for the normal route, the full planning. Spoke a couple of times to your guy, but there were never any problems. He had the contacts with the council. The plans were submitted, came back passed, and yeah, no problems at all. No problem. Didn't have to change anything. Just a rubber stamp, I think. I think they must know the company and know the quality of the stuff they produce. It was better than I'd imagined, quite honestly. All quality stuff. You know, right down to the plugs, to the flooring. I never realised that the click flooring in the bathroom is waterproof. I never even thought of that. I bought a bathroom cabinet. The guys put it up for me, so I was able to move in that day. It was, yeah, and since then there's really been no snagging required. Only my stupidity a couple of times they helped me out with, but no, it's just easy. Well, my son and daughter-in-law, they run a small holding, and they've got a tortoise hospital hotel, 6 or 7 goats, 20 chickens. So I help with that. I help maintain the garden. I look after my own little bit of garden. I've got my dog, who I walk. I've got a motorhome that I muck around with. So yeah, I have a full life. Oh, and I play the ukulele badly. I have 1 meal a day with with Andy and Ems. So we have lunch together, which is very nice. And in the summer, when we can get out, we have normally morning coffee together. I've got another son. He lives in Ramsgate with the 4 grandkids. I don't see them as often as I would like, but they're about an hour away, so I suppose every couple of weeks I manage to get over there. Yes, well, I don't get anyone coming to see me unless they've arranged to come and see me. I've got the buffer of Andy's and Em's sort of property in front of me, so yeah, it is a safe environment. And of course, from speaking of safety, you know, you've got your health and what have you, and if anything ever happened to me, and as you get older, it's bound to, they're on hand. So that's something that gives you peace of mind. So that's good too. Not stay, I don't really encourage that. But most of my friends, yeah, are kept, and they live an hour and a half away. There's a couple of really good friends that I generally meet once a week, and we have lunch and a good old chinwag. They both worked on the cross channel ferries as I did, so we meet up and catch up. So and we meet at various little cafes and restaurants and what have you. So yeah, that's nice. So yeah, I keep active. Yeah, they love it. Yeah, yeah. And I think some of them are jealous, you know, because you know, I've got minimum outgoings here. I don't even have to pay council tax. It's just fantastic. And you think these other people, they're having to pay all the council tax and all the other bits and pieces that go on with, you know, we're looking after a big house, the maintenance, the large gardens. I have none of that. Well, I do pay them a basic sum every month, which covers everything, and they've not come back for any more, so I imagine it's all okay. And we do manage it, you know. Speaking to your guys when we had the handover, you know, they talked me through the hot water system and whatever, and I only switch it on for an hour every couple of days, and I'm able to get my showers every day with that. For the heating, I don't like a hot bedroom, so that radiator's never been on. The one in the lounge here, I only ever have it set at about 16 to 17 degrees. It's quite warm enough. And I've treated myself, I have an electric throw, which I use in the evenings as well, and throw over my knees. And that helps. So I would think my costs are absolutely minimal from an electricity point of view, you know. So yeah. No, I didn't. I was going to, but in the end, I was so happy with what I'd seen that I didn't bother. I have had one couple come to see me, and I think they might have bought on the back of that. So yeah, I support it fully. I think it's a good thing to do. I think if you're thinking about it, I would do it. You know, if you're living by yourself and you're living in a big house, then you're wasting money. I would, if you can get into an annex built in your son's or daughter's garden, go for it. It's such a good life. 100%. It's been absolutely marvellous dealing with everybody. Yeah, I've got no regrets at all. There's been no problems. Everything that happened, for instance, when during the install there was a broken window, instantly replaced. No problems at all, no niggles. Yeah, would advise people to come to iHus.